Hi everybody, thank you for joining me. This is Living Divinity. This is going to be a karmic reading, but first I want to read out of the Bible. And if you're not interested in hearing this portion, just fast forward it, okay? So this is out of Nahum. Nahum, that's Nahum. It's actually the first time I've ever read out of here, but Spirit brought me here. So it is an oracle concerning Nineveh, the book of the vision of Nahum the Elkoshite. So Nahum 1 begins with the Lord's anger against Nineveh. And I might not be pronouncing that correctly, so I'm sorry if that's the case. The Lord is a jealous and avenging God. The Lord takes vengeance and is filled with wrath. The Lord takes vengeance on his foes and maintains his wrath against his enemies. The Lord is slow to anger and in great power. The Lord will not leave the guilty unpunished. His way is in the whirlwind and the storm, and clouds are the dust of his feet. He rebukes the sea and dries it up. He makes all the rivers run dry. Bashan and Carmel wither, and the blossoms of Lebanon fade. The mountains quake before him, and the hills melt away. The earth trembles at his presence, the world and all who live in it. Who can withstand this indignation? Who can endure his fierce anger? His wrath is poured out like fire. The rocks are shattered before him. The Lord is good, a refuge in times of trouble. He cares for those who trust in him. But with an overwhelming flood, he will make an end of Nineveh. He will pursue his foes into darkness. Whatever they plot against the Lord, he will bring to an end. Trouble will not come a second time. They will be entangled among thorns and drunk from their wine. They will be consumed like dry stubble. From you, O Nineveh, has one come forth who plots evil against the Lord and counsels wickedness. This is what the Lord says. Although they have allies and are numerous, they will be cut off and pass away. Although I have afflicted you, O Judah, I will afflict you no more. Now I will break their yoke from your neck and tear your shackles away. The Lord has given a command concerning you, Nineveh. You will have no descendants to bear your name. I will destroy the carved images and cast idols that are in the temple of your gods. I will prepare your grave, for you are vile. Look there on the mountains, the feet of one who brings good news, who proclaims peace. Celebrate your festivals, O Judah, and fulfill your vows. No more will the wicked invade you. They will be completely destroyed. Okay, so that's 3.19. I'll try to put that to fast forward if you want. So I want to talk a little bit about the karmic, okay? The power that they feel or think that they know, that they have, say, like within them. The karmics are actually unhealed. They want others to think that they hold power, yet they have no knowledge on how to heal. And when I wrote this, we've all been karmic at one point in our lives. We've all done things that hopefully we grow out of it and learn from it, right? But some people just get stuck, and they are around other people who have set the wheel, per se, for their future. In other words, it could be generational. So it could be they learn manipulation from a parent or older sibling or the people that befriended them, and it becomes like a competition. Who can outdo the other? And they think that one upping another, most likely underhandedly. They won't even say it to that person's face. They'll do everything behind the scenes. They act a certain way. If they're out to get you, they're not going to say it to your face because they are unhealed. They already see the power within you, and they're trying to mimic you. It's like they love you, but they hate you. They love your inspiration. They love what you bring to the table, but they don't have it within themselves. And they don't have it within themselves because they've never asked Spirit to come into their soul, come into their heart, come into their home, come into their life. They've left God outside, not inviting. Okay, so they want others to think that they're more wise. They actually probably believe that. They believe through their manipulation, they're changing the thoughts of others. So if you see someone that you think is a good person, someone who is like a karmic, is not going to see the good in that person, and they're going to try to thumbs it down. Whatever good that you say about someone, they become jealous and they become enraged. But it's not visible. It's all within the spirit. The spirit within them has so many negative attachments that they can't see the good that maybe you're trying to explain about another. So they will try to thumbs down it. They'll try to say that person's everything negative, right? And it turns out later that it's every negative aspect that they have within themselves, they reflect it onto another person. So they feel like that uplifts them by putting someone else down. Okay, so often they will move in impulsive ways. They will not think before they act. And having self-control and having time to meditate and get a higher perspective, they have no knowledge of. They are impulsive. They're unable to think before they act. When things aren't going their way, they become vicious. They become more manipulative. The crazy thing is, these movies about evil, probably a lot of it is factual in someone's life or in someone's past, okay? So that's another reason why we really shouldn't watch these movies about evil doings, about like sex trafficking, about pornography, or anything that's that brings you into like puts you in some sort of like fantasy world that I could have that if I wanted it. You begin to start doing these things that bring you down the wrong path, okay? And you bring a lot of other people with you. So I hope you understand that, but I really don't watch scary movies, and I don't want that in my mind. I don't want it anywhere around my spirit. My spirit I keep very much protected. But getting back to a karmic, they don't have God in their life. Because if they had God in their life, you have to know that talking bad about another, making up things about another, lying about another, being deceitful to get things to go your way, that's God would never intend anybody to do that. Often they pretend to be something that they're not. Often they pretend like their little deed, in other words, like if you do a good deed, it's not something that you should go around bragging about, right? Oh, well, I did this and I did that. That is something between you and God. You shouldn't share that. Well, I saw a homeless person and I gave him $10, or I saw a homeless person and I brought him to the store and let him buy what they want. That's between you and God. And I believe when it's said in a certain way, it's you can kind of tell the difference, okay? You can look at it and say, well, are they saying it to up themselves, or are they saying it as a lesson that if I can help someone, you can help someone too, right? So it's in the tone, it's in the mannerism. But anyways, dirty deeds to advance those are all things karmics do. So what we have to remember is not to get sucked into it, not to give them the power. If you give them your attention and you listen to them and you cackle in with their mischief, you are giving them the power to continue their negativity. And you have to realize when you walk away from the crowd that they're talking about you, just like the last person that walked away that they dogged out. Okay? So as long as you give these karmics the power, as long as you buy into their BS, then you're part of the problem. So be the solution in your own life. Choose what is right for your heart. Choose what you feel is right. Gossiping, lying, mischief, stealing, manipulation. Those are all things that are not of God. So I just wanted to give you a quick reading about a karmic. So if the karmics out there listening, you need to heal. You need to go into a private time and heal. But that's the end of the reading. God bless you all. And I pray for everyone, including the karmics. I'm sending you love light. If no one has told you today that you're loved, I love you. God bless.